Good morning. So finally we've got some sun after weeks of rain. It's been a nightmare. So today I'm going to try and tackle a few jobs on the plot. So let's go. The good thing about these Wolfgarten hoe heads, I've got a wider one here for like when I've got an empty bed. But if I've got things in the bed like onions and I don't want to be catching the sides of them, I've got a narrow one here. And they're just perfect. You just click on and then you can just hoe in between rather than disturbing the structure of the plant. And you can just go quickly in between, and they cut through all the weeds, and I find it such an easier way to do it, and plus less space in the shed. So this bed I'm going to be using for some spring cabbages. So I've got some chicken manure pellets that I'll just lightly sprinkle over. You don't want to put too many on, you don't need that much nutrients into the soil for it. Just give it a light sprinkling over, and this will give it a good start. Now I tend to dig these in a little bit, like not dig in, but I'll give them a little sprinkling over with a hoe, because obviously I don't want to disturb too much of the soil structure. But these are new beds, so they're all eventually going to no dig. A lot of them are. But as I said, these are new, so I will just give them a quick little sprinkling now with the hoe, because to be honest, the smell of these do attract vermin on times. The soil is really good. It's got a good till on it. It feels a bit sandy and light, so I'm not doing too much of a damage to it, just the top layer. Now I know in time I'll just add the nutrients on top, and that's how I'll get it. But for now I need to give this bed a good feed, because it hasn't been worked on in so many years. So that's giving it a good bit of food now that will feed the plants, the spring cabbages. So I've got a little bit of foam just to protect my little knees. I'm getting on now, you know, guys. So protect them now. If anyone's new to my channel, then you've not seen these before. And I rescued these out of a bed in November because the slugs were attacking them. So I've got 9 here and they're looking lovely, I've got to be honest. So I'm gonna place these a good depth apart, because I'm going to be doing a lot of intersowing this year. And I want them to grow to a good size. Spring cabbage is my absolute favourite. So I'm going to be really generous with the size of the spacing that I give here. They're looking absolutely lovely. You can bury them a little bit deeper, they'll be fine. So if you've got like a bit of a long stem on them, they're okay to plant them a little bit more. Take off any damaged leaves. I tend to take the lower leaves off. Damaged leaves won't really give you a crop anyway, and it'll encourage more growth. Right, let's get these in. Okay, so after planting those other 2, I've redug them out and started again. So after thinking about it, I've decided that I'll make a hole. I'll add some lime in, because I don't know these beds. I'm new to this bed. I'm new to this allotment plot. There could be clubroot in this bed. You don't know. If you add a bit of lime in there, it gives it a good chance. I'll give it an extra bit of dust in here as well. Plonk it in. And that gives it a fighting chance. If there is clubroot in this bed, it will help it. So for this year, I'm going to have to add lime to my brassicas, just in case. because there could be clubroot here. Are they joking me? I've now started the film and they've decided to do the road cleaning. So the good thing about having compost heaps in the bottom that are already decomposing is that you can still use that stuff even though it's not fully decomposed yet. I'm going to put that in the bottom of these raised beds so it can carry on rotting down. I've already put some logs and some rotten wood that I had on my plot down. That will absorb moisture and then re-release it back into the, into the soil when it's needed. That's called Hügelkultur. I'll talk about that more in the future. I'm going to do a whole, video about it when I do these two here. So, right, let's get that done. So now I'm going to add the spent compost from the potatoes last year. May as well use that as well, just to give it some good compost structure. And then finding extra potatoes. So we've got to make sure you get those out. Some lovely worms in here as well though. So that's good. And some potatoes. Oh, that's my tea sorted. Some spuds. Now I've added some fresh compost, shop bought, just to add on the top. I've added my own compost in, all the other layers. So now I'm just going to put this in so that it's got that extra bit of nutrients ready for the spring. This will sink probably down to halfway again, but we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? Right, I'm gasping for a bloody cup of coffee. Let's get that done. Right, let's get back to work. Okay, so the first one's done. 1 out of 3. It's a bit dark down here at the moment. The sun's not high enough. So I know this will dip down, a good 6 more inches or so. But the plan is that I will top it back up before the spring with some more fresh compost. Right. I'm going to leave it as it is. I do want to leave a lip on it altogether anyway, because I don't want water and things to fall out. I do want a lip, and also if I put nets on, I'm going to want it to clip to the sides here as well. So ideally I want it to stay this height, so when it dips down I'll top it back up to this size. Right, let's take you around and let's have a look what's going on, is there? Let's have a little gander. Right, let's go. Okay, so let's flip you around. So the pond, look at all the flowers now that's coming up. All the spring flowers are coming up. The tulips, and I think I've got some alliums in there as well. So there's a couple here. So this area, so I've still got to do, I might dig out this gooseberry bush. I'm not really a massive fan of gooseberries. I don't mind gooseberry jam, but I mean, it's not going to, make my life any better having a massive amount of gooseberries. So I've got a few bushes, so that one might come out, and I might put a fruit tree there. This is all done now. I need to do these extra beds. The compost area needs to have a good sort out. Still not sure what I'm going to do with the potting shed yet. I might reglaze the front. Because of the weather, the rhubarb is popping up to say hello. The chickens are more settled now. They seem to have got used to being put in because of the avian flu. Hello, girls. Hello. Go on then. Right, I'm going to head home. The sun is setting, so I'm going to probably pop back over tomorrow. I've got another day off, so I'm going to try and get the other 2 beds done and have a good clear up and try and sort out the greenhouse as well. Right, let's go home. Bye, guys.